Hey, young world, James Brown Jr. right back at you. Today, I want to talk about first impression customer service. What do you have to do to separate yourself from the competition? One of the main things you can do is make sure your first impression is intentional. When are first impressions made? A lot of times they're made on the website, social media, all that. You have that down. That is state of the art. But what happens when somebody walks into your establishment? The reason I ask is I've been frustrated and not very happy at some of the places I've been where customers come in and they're not even greeted. They're not treated according to what the expectation of revenue is. Recently, I was at a local restaurant that I like to go to, and Kim, Joseph, Chandler, and I were sitting down, and I watched as a group came in and nobody greeted them. I said, oh, well, that's okay. It just happens. Second time a group comes in. Now, I'm a regular here. The second time another group comes in, nobody says anything. So because I'm a regular and I'm just that guy, I just say, hey, welcome to blank. Have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly. Another group comes in. Long enough time goes by. I say the same thing. Hey, welcome. Come in, have a seat. Somebody will be with you shortly. The manager comes over and said, oh, James, you're so funny. I'm like, no, there's nothing funny about what happened. Why isn't your staff greeting people as they approach the doors when they open the door? He said, well, they're on a rotating shift and a rotating schedule. And when it's their turn, they'll greet. I said, you cannot leave that to chance. I've watched three groups of people walk in. Nobody said anything. What does that say about your first impression? We've talked about revenue being down, competition being up. People have gotten in their cars, driven to your establishment, gotten out the door, opened the door, and then nothing. You can't leave that to chance. You can't assume they know what to do. You can't wait on the staff to take the reins to do that. You have to set up a culture of customer service. You have to tell them, everybody greets. I told them at that moment, if everybody greets, everybody eats. Everybody's trying to generate income and talk about revenue. Well, one way to do it is to make sure that the buying process is simple. Make it simple for the people who come in your place. Have the staff greet them, have them treated appropriately, have them treated like you would want to be treated. You can't leave that to chance. You can't assume that they're just going to do it. You have to reinforce, re-educate, ingrain it into the culture of the operation. Anyway, I just want to take a few moments to talk about the first impression of customer service. Remember, as my dad said, you never get a second chance to make a first impression, so make sure those first impressions count. This is James Brown Jr. You can find me at www.jamesbrownjr360.com or send me an email, james@jamesbrownjr360.com, or feel free to give me a call, 713-504-4590. Until next time, remember, everybody you meet is your customer.